Hi, it's Barb Landhav here, and I'm your independent Norwex sales consultant. And I want to talk about really the most coveted item in the Norwex catalog. This is amazing, and you don't have to pay for it if you don't want to. Okay? You can get it for free, but you do want to get it. And that is the Norwex mop system. All right? It comes with a dry pad, a wet pad, the base, and of course the handle. And it is so cool because this is Norwex microfiber. You've already learned about that. Amazing microfiber. Dry pad replaces the sweeping and vacuuming of hard surfaces. All right, gets everything up, and I'll show you in a second. And then the wet pad is actually only damp, never sloppy wet. Do not put a lot of hard water on hard surfaces, especially hot steamy water. That actually breaks down whatever you're putting it on, okay? The wood, laminate, tile, linoleum, whatever. It's going to break down either the glues or the fibers, or with wood, it causes expansion and contraction. And you don't need that. That's bad, right? Okay, so I'm going to start with two of the funniest features, little odd things about the mop. I guess I better come closer so you can see them. This first is this funny little round ball. And do you want to know that I've been in the business 8 years, but it was several years before I found out, nobody told me what this funky little ball is for. Well, it's for those weird little heel marks on the floor. You would just take this and scoochy on that black mark that comes off from sometimes people's shoes and work boots and things like that. Or new shoes often do it. That comes off. And then why is there a funky little ring here? Well, it's here because this can lean on a counter, and my kitchen is long and skinny so you can't see it, but I actually can hook that on the edge of a straight edge counter, okay? Only works on the straight edge, doesn't work on a round one. Anyway, or lean it on a table so that the mop does not take on a life of its own and slide down and smack on the floor, scare the whole family, okay? So now I'm backing up slightly because I want you to be able to see the whole thing. This mop telescopes up to your height. Woo-woo! Okay? You just twist it, bring it up to your chin, and chin or collarbone. The reason that's important is it's easier on your back, and sweeping, mopping, and vacuuming are big fat no-nos. And then I'm going to add, using the amazing Velcro system here, I'm just going to put the dry pad right on there. All right, and now you're going to see some dirt. The mop will swivel in a figure 8 pattern. You could use this for your aerobics, or you could just be a normal, sane person. But it slides right up underneath the counters, and even, this is really gross, under your stove. Yes, ma'am, okay? All those places where people who cook and then wipe the crumbs onto the floor. Now, what do you think? Quick swipe, and look what I got. It is possible that when you do your dry mopping for the first time, partway through doing the entire house, you're going to need to scrape this off. I use our magical rubber brush. It's actually called the rubber static brush, but magical is true. You would scrape this off, and I'm just going to go ahead and scrape it on the floor since I'm a easy cleanup person. But anyway, you would scrape this off into the trash or down in the sink, okay? And keep going, because this could get full depending on how much hard surface you have. We have about 1,400 square feet, and we definitely have to stop, scrape it off partway through, okay? Because it gets full. And then you're going to go back over the house doing your damp mop, okay? This has silver in it. You remember why silver is so exciting, right? Our micro silver is a natural anti-bac. We call it back lock. And so whatever's on the floor isn't going to be drug around and spread all over the place like a lot of cleaners. And it will actually be cleaning it up. okay? Now you can dampen this however you choose, okay? But again, not sloppy wet. I cheat, I dampen the floor, and then I only have to rinse this out like once in the whole thing, okay? If we do the entire house at once, which honestly probably doesn't happen that often. We do it room by room. But anyway, I'm gonna spray my floor with water. And this kitchen has been used only by 2 people, okay? And there's nothing on this except water. And then with wood, I really like to go with the grain. Does that make sense? It comes out a little bit shinier, I think, anyway. And you're just gonna clean it up. And let's just say there's some amazing little sticky thing here. You know, honey, agave, peanut butter, jelly, dried on coffee. That happens here. And you just put your foot on this and scoochy it a little bit. You never even have to bend over to do your mopping. Isn't that nice? And since I'm a princess, I don't want a lot of that kind of nonsense. But I think you can see that that floor was dirty. Yeah. And some people get embarrassed showing their dirt. I'm used to it. Everybody's floor is dirty. We walk on it, right? And we don't get to go outside much right now in coronavirus time. But as a rule, we're going, tracking stuff in, spilling stuff, and then just natural dust and dirt accumulates. But that floor where I cleaned it is now truly clean, okay? Pets and children lick the floor. You do not want to put anything on the floor for them to lick up, okay? If your spouse is licking the floor, call me. There's a support group. Anyway, also, you don't want to put anything on your floor but water. And that's because, as with all chemicals, and you probably learned this already, but I'll repeat, okay, is that when you put a chemical on the surface, you can clean it up and some of the dirt and bacteria comes up and some gets left. And then the water evaporates, and what you have on your floor is dirt, bacteria, and chemical cleaners, okay? And that builds layer after layer after layer. I learned this as a brand new consultant. I was totally stunned when I saw the difference between the floor that I had been cleaning with a recommended wood cleaner, okay, and cleaning with just water. When I used the mop and just water, I got the original shine of my floor and the original color, both of which I had paid money for, okay? So, and then the other thing I want to address is the mop price. Some people freak out. Well, it's cheaper than some of those floor cleaners you use. You know, some of them have an automatic spray and you replace the pads every 30 minutes. I don't know. Anyway, it's actually cheaper than that. Because a year of using that type of product and a year of using Norwex, you still have a perfectly good mop, and the other one you have to replace. So there you go. That's a real important thing. And then there are 3, count them, 3 ways to get the Norwex mop. The first is to purchase it. Well, it's worth every single penny, and that's not a bad idea. So if you want the mop, get the mop, right? But maybe you'd like the mop at a discount or even free. Well, all right, then host a party. Even if the mop isn't actually in the Hostess Rewards, you're going to get a shopping spree of 10 to 12% of your total sales. Well, on a $750 party, which is my party average, you're going to get $90 in credit towards whatever you want. Oh my gosh, maybe you want the mop, right? And then the third, and honestly the best way to get the mop, is join the team. It comes free in your kit, and you and your mop will have the opportunity to improve the quality of life of those that you love. So that's not a bad idea, right? Okay, so I'd love to hear all your comments and questions about the mop, okay? And I know I have some mop users usually on every party, so let's see what they say. All right? Thank you so much. Bye-bye.